Welcome to Hearty, Healthy, and Homemade, a cooking video series brought to you by the Oklahoma Nutrition, Information, and Education, or the ONIE Project. I'm Stephanie DeBerry, Project Registered Dietitian.
And I'm Meredith Scott, the ONIE Project Coordinator. Today we're going to show you how to stretch your food dollar in a healthy way.
Today we're bringing you a creative recipe, Beefy sweet potato skillet.
This recipe takes about 25 minutes and serves 4.
Okay, so when you're cooking at home, you want to make sure and wash your hands. Warm soapy water, about 20 seconds, a little bit of scrubbing, and you'll be ready to go. Let's go ahead and wash our hands. Ready?
All right. All right, our hands are nice and clean. Let's get started.
Okay, great. Let's go through our ingredients. We have 90-10 lean ground beef. We have diced sweet potatoes. We have chopped onions. We have fresh cilantro. We have hot sauce, low sodium taco seasoning. We have non-fat Greek yogurt. We also have some water for our meat and taco seasoning. We have instant white rice and water for rice.
All right, let's get started on this rice.
All right, let's go.
It's very important to read your box because every directions are a little different. For this one, we actually will bring 2 cups water to boil. And once it's boiling, then we'll add our 2 cups dry rice. We'll put the lid on, turn off the heat, and let it set for 5 minutes. We'll also add a little bit of cilantro to give it a little fresh flavor.
Here at ONIE, we always use our fresh herbs. That way it can give a little bit of flavor, a little bit of seasoning, no added salt. While Meredith's working on the rice, I'm actually going to get started on the ground beef. So you're going to need a nice large skillet. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and heat that up. And while that's heating up, what we're going to do is we're going to be cooking our ground beef about 7 to 8 minutes or so. Make sure you're stirring it the entire time. You wanna make sure that it crumbles and cooks all the way through, okay?
You need a spatula?
That would be great.
All right, here you go.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, what was the leanness of this meat?
It was 90-10.
Wow.
So you want to explain what that means?
Yes, please.
Okay, so what 90-10 means is it's 90% lean and it's only 10% fat, which is a pretty lean ground beef. It comes in different varieties. You can get 70-30, 80-20. You can also get 90-10, 93-7, and the leanest I believe available is about 96-4.
Well, it looks like my water is at a boil. So I'm going to add in the rice, stir it a little bit, and then turn off my stove and let it set for 5 minutes. Then I'll fluff it up with a fork and add the cilantro. Man, Stephanie, that smells amazing.
It really does. It's got me hungry now.
Well, let me see if the rice is ready. Let's look. Oh, it's nice and fluffy. I'm gonna add the cilantro and stir it all in.
Okay, while you're finishing up your rice, I'm going to add my water to the skillet. As well as I'm also going to add my taco seasoning. And I mix it up. And why don't you go ahead and work on your spicy yogurt dip?
Yes, let me get to that. All right, I'm adding the spicy sauce to the yogurt.
While I'm stirring this beef, you're probably gonna wanna cook it only about 2 or 3 minutes. We're really just trying to marinate the beef in the taco seasoning, okay?
It looks pretty even. What do you think?
Oh, that looks really good. I can even smell it, nice and spicy.
I know, it does smell so good.
Okay, it looks like our taco seasoning has been marinating for about 2 or 3 minutes. So Meredith, can you add the onions and the sweet potato?
Yes, I can. Here's the onions.
All right, we'll stir those in.
And here's the sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Man, I love sweet potatoes. What vitamins are in sweet potatoes, Stephanie?
You know, sweet potatoes actually have a lot of vitamin A in them.
Oh, okay.
Lots of great things with vitamin A. All right, it looks like it's nice and mixed up now, so we need to go ahead and cover it, and we're gonna cook it for about 10 minutes or so. All right? You might wanna turn your heat down just a little bit because you wanna make sure and not overcook it. All right, now that our skillet's been cooking for about 10 minutes, let's go ahead and check and see if it's ready. All right?
Okay.
All right.
It smells so good. Let me clean up the area so we can get our plate together.
All right, I'm going to check and see if the sweet potatoes are nice and tender, so you're gonna wanna use a fork and see if they're fork tender. Ours are, it easily inserted a fork, okay?
I'm gonna get to our plate.
All right, I can't wait to taste it. Okay, so let's go ahead and scoop a little bit out.
Well, let me put the rice on.
Ah, excellent point. I forgot about the rice. How could I forget?
What's really cool about this recipe is it meets a 1-for-1 standard. That means it's a low salt recipe. How we check this is we look at the calories of the recipe versus the milligrams of sodium. If they meet close to a 1-for-1 standard, then it's a good recipe to go for. This recipe has 430 calories and 210 milligrams of sodium. So it's a really low salt recipe.
I can't wait to taste it. Is it time?
Not yet. I have to add the yogurt topping on it.
Ooh, I'm actually really excited about that part.
Yes. All right. Now I'll take a bite.
Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. That yogurt dip adds a really nice tang and a lot of zest. Very hearty, but yet still light.
Wonderful.
So
well,
good.
Stephanie, do you want to tell us about why this is a My Plate meal?
I would love to. All right, here at ONIE, we love to make complete meals, and we usually do that through My Plate. We have all 5 food groups, okay? So for our recipe, we have rice for grains, we have our beef for protein, we have our onions and our sweet potatoes for veggies, and we also have our non-fat Greek yogurt for our dairy and also protein. So the only thing we really need to add here, technically, is our apple for fruit, but we usually like to get a little extra dairy and some protein in there, so we added 1% non-fat milk.
Thank you for cooking with ONIE today. We hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you would like to print out this recipe, you can find it on our website, www.onieproject.org. This website also has a recipe finder where you can find other low salt recipes and search recipes by ingredients.
You know, Meredith, it's really great. Not only can you search by ingredients, you can also search by 1-for-1 recipes, just like our Beefy sweet potato skillet.
Yes.
Pretty cool. Don't forget to like us on Facebook as well as follow us on Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you so much for cooking with us today.
We hope you have a happy and healthy day.
Bye.